Hi everyone, thank you for joining this session of Upgrade Your Azure Data Factory to Microsoft Fabric Digital Series. My name's Isabel. I am an event planner for the Reactor, joining you live from Sydney, Australia. Before we begin, we have a quick housekeeping. Take a moment to read our code of conduct. We are committed to fostering a welcoming, inclusive, and supportive environment for both our audience and presenters. While we absolutely encourage engagement in the chat, please let's keep our comments respectful and constructive throughout the session. Keep an eye on the chat. We'll be checking for questions throughout the session for the presenters and answering live. Our session is being recorded and will be available to view on demand within 24 to 48 hours right here on the Reactor YouTube channel. This session is called Boosting Productivity with AI, Copilot for Data Factory, and I am delighted to introduce our fantastic speakers, Penny and Leo. Leo is the Principal Program Manager, experienced in Microsoft Fabric, Azure, and Microsoft SQL Server related products such as Fabric Data Factory, Azure Data Factory, SQL Server Integration Services, and SQL Server Master Data Services. Penny is a Senior Program Manager and has worked in Microsoft for the data area for 7 years, specializing in big data, data integration, SQL, and AI technology. She owns Fabric Data Factory Pipeline, Copilot features, and designs modern get data experience to empower users to achieve better user experience when integrating data. Without further ado, let's give a warm virtual round of applause to our incredible guests. Take it away, guys.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining today's session about how can we boost your productivity with the power of AI by the Copilot for Data Factory. I am Penny. I'm the product manager for Fabric Data Factory team, and I designed the features for the Copilot in Fabric Data Factory. Today, I'm glad to work with my colleague Leo to share the content of what is Copilot in Fabric, what's it Copilot in Data Factory, and after that, we will also show more details about how do we integrate the Copilot into the data flow and data pipeline of our data factory. And we also will have some interesting live demo to show you. Leo will first introduce the intro part of what is AI and the Copilot.
Okay, thanks, Penny. Let's first take a look at the trend of the conversational AI and its impact on us and the industries through some data. According to the Gartner, by 2026, conversational AI will transform how we interact with the technology, with 30% of work activities becoming conversationally enabled. In contact centers, Gartner predicts that AI deployments will drive $80 billion in labor cost reduction by handling routine inquiries, allowing human agent to focus on the complex issues. Additionally, up to 80% of organization digital experiences will be delivered through virtual people, redefining the customer engagement with AI. These insights from Gartner highlight the growing role of AI in enhancing efficiency, reducing costs, and creating more natural, interactive digital experiences. Businesses that embrace this transformation will get a great competitive edge. Penny, please go to next page. You must have seen this chart or similar chart in many places. After the launch of ChatGPT, it took only about 3 months to accumulate 100 million users. It took 16 years for mobile phone to reach this level of user, and it took 7 years for the internet and 4.5 years for the Facebook. In the future, we believe that the popularity of the AI will be even faster. So Copilot in Fabric, unblock the full potential of your data with the generative AI, fundamentally transforming how you interact with the interact with and leverage insights. By seamlessly integrate AI into your workflow, Copilot help you work faster, smarter, and more efficiently than ever before. So it supercharges productivity by generating and summarizing actions, enabling you to optimize your time and focus on high-impact tasks rather than get stuck in the repetitive work. With AI as your partner or the tool or assistant, you can streamline complex processes, automate routine actions, and accelerate decision-making with confidence. Beyond productivity, Copilot also plays a crucial role in skill development. It empowers you to enhance your existing strengths while mastering the new capabilities, making it easier to navigate complex data set, build more effective models, and extract valuable insights, all with the AI-assisted guidance. This means whether you are an experienced data professional or just starting out, Copilot help you to get better at what you do while expanding your expertise. Most importantly, Copilot transform how you discover and utilize the insight. Instead of starting from scratch, AI help you surface relevant information quickly, identify the patterns, and generate the data-driven recommendation, ensuring your decisions are always backed by the powerful analysis. At present, almost all Fabric workload have been integrated with Copilot. For example, Data Factory, which we will mainly introduce in today's session, and the warehouse, the science, etc., all provided corresponding Copilot functions. In future, various workload will continue to launch different AI tools. Since this page, we are going to the Data Factory Copilot. So I think most of people have already been familiar with the Fabric Data Factory. So Fabric Data Factory is the next generation of the data integration platform designed to simplify and accelerate the data movement, transformation, and orchestration at scale. Built into the Microsoft Fabric, it brings together the best, if you are familiar with the Azure Factory. So we bring it with a deep integration across the Fabric ecosystem, enabling seamless connectivity to a vast array of data sources. With its intuitive low-code experience and powerful capabilities like pipeline, data flow, Fabric Data Factory empower the end user of all skill level to ingest, transform, and manage data with ease. So whether you are a data engineer or building complex ETL or ELT pipeline, or a business analyst looking for self-service data preparation, Fabric Data Factory provides you the flexibility, automation, and the scalabilities needed to unlock the full potential of your data set. So Fabric Data Factory bring AI-powered experience to data integration, making it easier than ever to extract, ingest, transform, and then manage your data. By leveraging AI to automate common data integration tasks, user can effortlessly extract data from different sources, reducing manual effort and improving the efficiency. With deep integration into Azure OpenAI and Azure AI Service, Fabric Data Factory enhances automation and intelligence across the workflows. Additionally, the Factory Copilot revolutionizes how users build the flows and pipelines by enabling developments through the natural language, allowing anyone to describe their intent and let AI generate the necessary component. These AI-driven capabilities empower users to work smarter, streamline complex data processes, and accelerate insights with minimal effort. So Copilot in Data Factory, we have like I mentioned, we have two main workload right now in the Fabric Data Factory, the Dataflow, and our pipeline. Both of them already fully integrated with the Copilot. So the Copilot in the factory transform the data integration experience by enhancing the productivity, simplifying the complexity, and accelerating the workflow with the AI-driven assistance. On one hand, it streamlines the development by generating the data factory items, reducing the time and the effort needed to build pipelines and the flows. On the other hand, the Copilot also provides intelligent summarizes, making it easier to understand complex configurations. By referring existing queries or sample data, it speeds up the data integration, help users to create and refine their workflows more efficiently. Additionally, Copilot enhances troubleshooting by explaining the errors across all items, offering actionable suggestions for the solution. With these capabilities, Copilot empowers users to work faster, reduce manual effort, and gain deep insights into their data integration processes. So starting from next page, my colleague Penny will give you a detail about the, both Dataflow and Pipeline Copilot functions. I'll hand over back to Penny.
Thank you, Leo. So firstly, I will have some deep dive on the features and functions of how Copilot can empower the users to build the Dataflows Gen2. So I think for the Power BI users, like if you want to build the Power BI report or to do, you need to, after you get your data, whatever from the Excel or from the any kind of source from like Azure SQL, the SQL Server or SharePoint, after you load your data into the Power BI, sometimes you need to do some transformation. So leveraging the data flow, you can doing the transformation easily by the most intuitive interaction with the UI. So previously, the user maybe sometimes for the brand new users, it's not easy for them to find all the actions in the function and button provided here. So, but then we developed the Copilot experience in Dataflow. So with the power of Dataflow, you don't need to worry about how to find the function, like how can I merge the table, how can I change the name, how can I fill down. You don't need to worry about how to find out the functions in the tab, in the top bar, but insteadly you can just use your natural language. Like I want to filter the data only related to the date happened before 2025. So then by sending the natural language, you can very easily and intuitively to generate the transformation for you by understanding your natural language. In the meantime, it also provides the capability for you to summarize the existing query that are written by your colleagues. Like in your daily time, maybe you need to maintain your data flow from different projects. There also maybe have some very complex queries written by others. So using the explain query will provide a super easy way to help you understand the meaning of the query and the transformation. Now I will firstly show you some demo regarding the function and power of the Dataflows Gen2 Copilot. And in the later session, I will do a live demo including the Pipeline Copilot and Dataflows Gen2 Copilot. That's first a look at the video.
Welcome to this overview of Copilot for Data Factory in Microsoft Fabric. In this video, we'll explore how to enhance your creativity and productivity when authoring Gen2 data flows. To get started, we'll use a starter prompt for inspiration to understand more about our query and any steps that have been applied. In this example, we've learned that the source is Northwind and the rows have been limited to only customers in the USA. Since we want to focus on orders and their details in this customer region, we will first join the two order tables together into a new query. A term like join, which is titled merge within Power Query, is easily able to be inferred. Now we'll limit our rows to only those where the ship region is in the USA to ensure consistency with our customers table. In the Copilot pane, the visual cues and titles on the cards, such as filter rows, are designed to help new or inexperienced users understand the keywords they can type or the buttons to click. After scrolling through and inspecting data in the data preview grid, we want to focus on the shipper name and regions and their total quantities. This results in a group by operation now being applied in a total sum of our quantity column. We'll now change the region name to abbreviation using a text input, and then update the query title in the visual diagram view. This ensures an augmented experience, where simple things like renaming things can still be accomplished with ease and based on the user's preference. Leveraging the power of Azure OpenAI, we'll now ask for a query with state names, abbreviations, and federal information processing standard state codes. In the past, this would have required us to open a new browser tab, search for a website with a supported HTML table, create a new query with a web connector, and then apply necessary transformations. But now, all of this can be achieved via text input, increasing the author's overall productivity. Continuing to enrich our data, we'll join the FPS table and the US orders table together into a new query. We can further shape our table by asking it to move column positions and update all column headers to a more readable format by adding spaces with a single input. For many, updating column headers is a tedious task that must be performed one at a time, but is now possible in just a few words. Reviewing the data in the preview grid, we now see that a space has been added to each column. And in this last example, Copilot will assist in creating a rich calendar table for us by applying over 20 steps. In the past, this would have required numerous clicks, but with Copilot for Data Factory and Microsoft Fabric, it's done with just a few words. We hope you've enjoyed this overview of how Copilot for Data Factory can be leveraged as an AI-powered intelligent assistant that helps you focus on the task at hand and accomplishing complex tasks with ease.
Okay, cool. With the power of the Dataflows Gen2 Copilot, it's really make it super easy for you to transform the data that you want to present in the Power BI. So you can do like, as in this demo, like more than 21 steps. You can just create it. The transformation can be built just using one query. So it's really super convenient for you to handle and transfer your data before loading to the Power BI report. Yeah. And the Dataflow Copilot today already has been GA. You can try it in the Fabric Dataflow. Then let's have a look at the Copilot experience in the data pipeline. So we're familiar with the data. If you have tried the Azure Data Factory before, you will also be knowing the Fabric data pipeline has similar capability as Azure Data Factory, and it provides a super efficient way and intuitive way for you to build your automation to run your data integration solution, or it will be very useful for you to ingest the data from different kind source to destination. So in Power BI data pipeline, you can build a more advanced data integration solutions for your project requirements. Then when we're building the Copilot for Data Factory, we're also considering what kind of capability will be the most useful for our users. So we learn from the customer feedbacks from the different channel and different sessions. We know the pain points for customer when they're using the Fabric data pipeline are mainly focused on like they want to, some customers, they have built a pipeline. They have built the copy activity, built the whole orchestration, but they found sometimes the pipeline doesn't run, the performance doesn't as good as that run, as good as they expected. And they also need to do the regular maintain on the pipeline. So they need to troubleshooting the errors when they found something wrong fails. then they really want, we can have something where we want the Copilot can provide some capability for them to optimize their maintenance on improving the pipeline performance and on helping them to troubleshoot the error message and provide the very useful suggestions. And secondly, some customer also for some new, especially for some new customer, actually sometimes they found it's not too easy for them to get started in the data pipeline. So they also want when they building the data pipeline, we can provide the capability for them to interact with the Copilot by using natural language to describe their requirements on handling data, either copy data, transform data, or doing other things. They can use the power of Copilot to do that data things by sending their business requirements in a natural language as a prompt to the Copilot. Then Copilot can help to generate the data pipeline with the required activity and have a good guidance with them to input all the required parameter and configurations. That will be super useful and make their daily life more efficient. Yeah. So they want to get this kind of maintenance, this kind of performance improvement, and also using natural language to build a pipeline capability. So we hear this kind of customer voice, then we build out the Copilot experience in our data factory for data pipeline. Currently, the Copilot for data pipeline is under public preview, so you can try this feature after you build a data pipeline in our Fabric Data Factory. I will also show a quick demo, the live demo later. Then, what's the function today? What's a key function today provided by the Copilot for Data Factory data pipeline? Firstly, as our customer request, they really want to use a natural language to interact with Copilot to share what their needs in their business requirements, and they want the Copilot can generate the data pipeline solution according to their request. So we built the capability for the Copilot to understand customers' business needs and help them to generate a pipeline. Secondly, as customer also usually this is also top request feature, and customer is really excited when we releasing this feature, because we need to. I know most of the customer when they already making a pipeline in production, they will schedule a pipeline and then we'll have a regular maintenance of the pipeline. If they found something failed, then they need to, the maintained people need to go to the monitoring page to troubleshooting the errors. Sometimes it will take a lot of time for them to troubleshooting the errors, especially for the error message is not easy to read and understand. So it will take a lot of time. So we want to leverage the power of the Copilot to help our customer to understand, to explain the error message in a very user friendly way, with a crisper and great summary for customer to understand the error message and provide the guidance of how to resolve the issues. We can provide several advice for customer to understand the solution of the issue. And third one is regarding, it's also good for customer doing the maintenance and doing the maintenance on the pipeline. So we leverage the power of the Copilot to help customer to explain and summarize the complex pipeline, especially like when the pipeline contains more than 10 activities and build a very complex logics, like in the script activity, they can include the different SQL script. So if it has 10 script activity, then it will not easy for you. Even the pipeline is built by you, maybe it's not easy for you to remember all the things just 1 second. But But by leveraging the Copilot, it can help you to summarize the content with a very efficient way. So you can get the whole information and what does the pipeline do just in few seconds. So that will also be the super useful features. Now I will do a live demo for the Copilot for live demo regarding the Copilot for Data Factory data pipeline. So let me switch the screen. Okay, so this is the Microsoft Fabric page. So if we create a new item, you can see there is a data pipeline and Dataflows Gen2 here. By click Dataflows Gen2 or data pipeline, you can create a new one. I will click data pipeline to create a new one. So we can call it demo on to Fabric 18. And after I click create, it just takes some seconds. It will take me to the homepage of the pipeline. And in the homepage, I can see the Copilot button. In here, click the Copilot button, I can interact with the pipeline with the natural language to have my requirements, to share my business requirement. Actually, I want to move data from my Azure SQL DB to the Lakehouse. After copy completed, after it completes, I want to do some transform. After the SQL table loaded to the Lakehouse, I wanted to do some transformation on the Lakehouse. Then I just need to send this natural language request to the Copilot. It will take just several seconds. Like it will have, even I don't know which activity should I to use. I just need to send my natural language. Then it will generate my copy activity and the data flow activity. And if I don't know what to do next, it doesn't matter because I didn't tell which Azure SQL I want to use. So I just need to use as it guided. I just need to use / to pick my my Data Factory SQL server, and my destination is I can also pick my Lakehouse. Is Lakehouse new? I want to use this one. Then it's good. I will send out. Then it knows my source and destinations. So do I need anything else? Oh, yes, I didn't put my table name. So I want to copy the table called DBO sales LT customer in my Azure SQL, and then copy to the Lakehouse. I want to create a new table called customer new February 28th. Then I just need to send this request to the Copilot. Yeah, actually you can check the copy already been added. My source already been added, the source DBO says sales LT customer, and my destination is the customer new February 28th. And for the Dataflows Gen2, I can choose one Dataflows Gen2 that I already load the Lakehouse to do the transformation. Then everything is okay. I just need to click run to run this pipeline. Yeah, so it's super easier for me to set up my pipeline for my for building my business requirements in a data solution. You just need to use a natural language to share what you need, then it will generate everything. So in the data flow, actually we can also easily take a look. Like if I open my data flow, I can also use the use the Copilot to interact with the data flow. this is a data flow that I load my DBO sales customer address data into the lakehouse. So this is a lakehouse data I load into here. After it's loaded to lakehouse, it will be refreshed. Then it will trigger the transformation. In here, actually, I can easily if I want to in here the address ID have a big range, but actually I only want the address ID is bigger than 200. So I can ask it to keep the rows of address ID bigger than 100. Then I send the list request. Yes, immediately you see I can got the row of address ID field. So don't need to worry about how can I write an expression to filter the condition that is bigger than which value. It's super easy to use the natural language to send your request to that Copilot help you. If you don't want to do this, then you can also use undo to cancel this step. It is super easy and convenient. And if you want to understand this query, you can also describe this query. Then it will provide very useful step-by-step explanation of each step in this query. Like it copy from connect to the lakehouse, and they first do navigation, rename, and then also filter data that only contain shipping. So it's super easier for me to understand this. Then we can go back to the data pipeline. I think it should be successfully run. Yes, we can see the data pipeline has been successfully run. It's super easy. And if you want, after you are familiar with all the steps, I already go through the whole flow, and I know actually it requires me to specify the connections and tables. I can use another way, I can just use the more efficient way. If I want to create another pipeline, and I don't want to do the step-by-step thing, but because I already know all the steps and all the required things for me to copy data, so I only need to in here, I just say I want to move my data from my Azure SQL DB is the Data Factory server, and the table, my source table is the DBO sales LT customer to lakehouse sales LT customer view. Then send a request. Yeah. Oh, actually, I forgot to put my destination lakehouse. So I only need to specify my destination lakehouse is super smart. Actually, I pretend to add my destination lakehouse, but I didn't add it in here. So I just need to add my lakehouse new. Then it's everything done. Then I can run the pipeline. So with the power of the Copilot, you don't need to worry about what's your source and destination. But with the steps with the prompt provide, it can easily help to set up your pipeline. Then we can look at the other capability provided by the pipeline Copilot. We can use the pipeline Copilot also provide a super convenient way for you to troubleshooting your pipeline, maintain your pipeline. So here is the monitoring page. In the monitoring page, I can when I maintain my pipeline, I will filter down on the field pipeline. So then I can check what's the field reason. I need to check what's the field reason for the pipeline. In here, actually, I can in here I can see this 2 copy activity field. When when I check the field error message, actually it's super long and it's hard for me to catch the key point at the first time. Then I just need to, you see it's super long, so it will take a long time to read, but I still can't quite understand what's the key point. Then I can just click this Copilot button. It can help me to generate the summary of the error with a very user-friendly way and use the crisp summary. I can easily understand what happened, so we can check what happened. Okay, so the error indicates customer has some user error write field file operation, stating that the file upload failed on the source side. So the error is when the file uploaded in the source side. Actually, this may be a temporary issue, so I maybe just need to retry to see whether it's just caused by temporary networking issue, or I can have a verification on whether this packet file exists to check whether it's correct. And if I want to know more, they also have a link for me to. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, I didn't share the new tab. So this is the monitoring page. In the monitoring page, you can see all the field pipeline. If you field on the filter, and I will check this temp DWDCP pipeline. And in here, there is a Copilot besides the field activity. So I only need to, so in here, if I want to understand this pipeline, you see the error message is super long, and I can just click this Copilot button for me to understand the error. Previously, I already generating corrected for this one. With the message showing here, we can easily understand what happened on the pipeline instead of reading so much long and complex original text. We're just using the summary by Copilot, then we can get the very easy way to know what does the issue happen and how can we resolve the issue by trying the recommendations. Like we can try to find whether the path of the file exists, or maybe this is just a temporary networking issue, then we can try again. And for using Copilot, actually, we also have the Copilot for data pipeline also provide the super useful way for us to understand the complex pipeline. You see, actually in here, this is a related complex pipeline, especially like in each activity, we also have the very complex parameters in each activities, like this one. And like in the copy activities, it does a copy and to destination and update stop procedure. It also has some settings with the parameters. So this is a pipeline I need to maintain. I take from my colleagues, and I will be the honor to maintain this pipeline henceforth. So I first need to understand what does this pipeline mean. If I don't use a Copilot, it will take me maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour to understand what does the pipeline mean, what does the pipeline do. But using this summarize pipeline icon, by clicking this icon, it can help me summarize the pipeline just in seconds. So I can really easy to understand. Firstly, this pipeline use a lookup last watermark is just to look up the external control table of the list table to get the last watermark, and then it also uses lookup to retrieve the current maximum value of the source table. Then it do some delta copy to copy the last change based on the last one and the current watermark, you will copy the change part. Oh, then I got to understand, actually this one is doing the incremental copy by using this pipeline. And you will also use the update watermark script to interactively update the watermark when customer run it. So this will do the incremental copy. And when you succeed, it will also send a notification to us. Then it's really super helpful for me to understand what does the pipeline did. And it provides a very clear explanation for me to know what does the pipeline's function. That is super helpful for me to maintain a pipeline. And in the meantime, it's also like I can also just for the pipeline that I found errors, I can also use the summary. If I found some pipeline errors, I can also create a summarized pipeline to understand the whole pipeline meaning. In that case, I can get more knowledge of the pipeline for me to troubleshooting the errors. And in the maintenance week, I can get a summary of pipeline to write a documentation for my customer and for my internal team. So I don't need to manually write the documentation, but just use the summarize pipeline button to summarize the content for a customer to understand. Okay, cool. I think that's all for today's session and demos. We will start to pick up some questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave your comments or share your questions with us.
Thank you, Penny. That was very insightful. And I really liked how you also incorporated the demos. Do we have any questions in the chat? I will just allow a couple minutes.
Yeah, so if you have any question related to today's Copilot to Data Factory demo, or you have any questions related to Data Factory, or you want some new capability can be added into Data Factory by leverage your Copilot power, you can feel free to share your ideas or share and have a discussion in here.
Penny, we have a question. I'll just add it here.
Mm-hmm.
Haley is asking, can we use Copilot in Data Factory Studio, or do we need to use Fabric?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Actually, today we only support using a Fabric. Actually, using the Copilot. Do you mean can we using the Copilot in Data Factory Studio? The Data Factory Studio, do you mean the Azure Data Factory Studio, right? The thing is, if I understand correctly, the Data Factory Studio stands for the Azure Data Factory, then today the Copilot is only available in the Fabric Data Factory. For the and in the Fabric Data Factory, actually you can leverage the power of the pipeline Copilot, Dataflow Copilot, and in the Fabric, we also have the Power BI Copilot and the Notebook Copilot, DDAP Copilot. You can enjoy the whole data solution, the Copilot for the whole data solution platform and tools. So today the Copilot is only available in the Microsoft Fabric Data Factory. In the Azure Data Factory Studio, we don't support. We currently don't support that, and currently we don't have plan for that.
Thank you, Penny. And I see that Haley said that. That's right. So you got the question right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Haley, for your question. Does anyone else have any questions before we wrap up? I think this is a very interesting subject. Ibne said amazing, and I agree. It was an amazing session and very insightful as well. I would just allow a little bit longer. And to our viewers at home, if you missed any part of this live stream, you will be able to find it available to watch on demand in 24 to 48 hours on the Reactor YouTube channel. So no need to worry if anything happened and you couldn't. Haley, once again, is asking, is there a cost to use Fabric?
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, if you today for the Fabric, Microsoft Fabric, we provide a trial. So when you it seems like the trial has 30 or 60 days. You can search in the internet, then you can find how to. If you go to the app powerbi.com page, then you will get a guidance to sign up for the trial of the Fabric. The trial of Fabric will not cost, but if you want to today. In today's experience, if you want to try the Copilot in the Fabric, it will require some capacity. It will require your capacity is the Fabric capacity is about the F64, or you must to use the premium 1 or premium 2 capacity. But in our roadmap, we are planning to in the future, I think. Maybe it will support in more capacity. Currently, if you just want to try the Fabric, you can just use the trial. It doesn't cost. If you want to use the Copilot, it will require you to buy some Fabric capacity above the F64.
Thank you, Penny. And I will also add a link to the chat. Just like Penny said, this is for you guys to try the Fabric for 60 days for free. So I've just popped it in the chat in case anyone is interested.
Yeah, we can also share the check of the how does the Fabric capacity charge. We can also share the link to you. So for the F64, for user pay as you go will cost about the 8.4 thousand per month for F64. I can share the link. So Isabel, you can share to check to user.
Yep. Let's see. The link. Thank you, Penny. And I've just sent over that link to the chat for our audience. Thank you, Haley, for the questions. Do we have any more questions before we wrap up? I think we've been having really good and very insightful questions that I think are very useful for anyone who's interested. So again, we have an expert right here with us. So guys, don't be shy. If there's any questions, any doubts, anything you might want to say, now's the time. Well, Penny, I think your session was so insightful that it left us all speechless. So I think it is time for us to wrap it up. Again, thank you to our audience across the world who joined to watch this session. And like I said, if you missed anything, you can watch this live stream on the Reactor YouTube channel in 24 hours. Penny, thank you so much for joining us. Leo, thank you for joining us as well at the beginning. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful end of your day. So after this, I'm just going to pop in a quick link where you guys could, if you could please join and give us feedback about the session. It would be really good for people like Penny and Leo to get feedback, and we can continue creating really good content for you guys. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Leo. And I hope you all have a good day.